Hello, this is Positive Life Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin. This is Michelle Ronquillo.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We have a very serious but meaningful purpose today, Tom.
The subject today is hope, and I hope it works out really, really well.
I hope it does as well. When we're talking about hope, we're talking about desires. Okay, hope literally means wanting. You're on the right path and you're wanting. It is in the Google definition a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. So let's ponder on that. We want certain things to happen in our life. We want positive results to happen in our lives. So we have hope.
And a lot of it has to do with what you have at your core spiritually that you can trust. Because the thing is with hope is that if you believe strongly, you have it together spiritually, and you do your thing, you know that what you're doing is going to create a better future. That hope is there because you're doing what will make things happen in a positive way.
Right. Hope feeds the creative outlet of yourself. It's the solar plexus. It's the creation. It what powers, right, in emotions of purpose, of goals, of dreams, of aspirations, of things that you want to see and feel. And that's the main key here. Hope you have to feel.
And we all have special gifts, special abilities that we can develop and have a purpose in life, have a place where we are going. And if we have a belief in ourselves that our abilities can bring results,
right,
then you will have hope. So a lot of it has to do with training yourself. If you're training yourself and you're doing a good job spiritually, and you're going and your training is goal oriented, and a goal means you're hoping for some result.
Right.
So a lot of it has to do with training and believing in the type of training that results will come from it, and that what you're developing will serve such a valuable purpose that things will happen as a result of it.
And here's the thing with hope. Okay, we create goals and we create intentions of what we want done. But if you give up, it's like revving the engine, right? You got to rev it up. You got to keep it up. Hope is going to come in those actions if you keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, persisting. But it's doing in the actions, but it's also doing in the actions of feeling. You're believing in it. You're believing and you're having hope for something that you cannot see. Okay, so that is the important part. You have to get the reassurance of your own hope by reaching out and getting reassurance from a support system, from your training. Like Tom says, you got to be in that training of trusting that gut intuition.
And if you're a spiritual pioneer like me, you tend to
Yes.
be on your own. So you're not depending on other people. You just know inside of you have something worthwhile and of value, and you just keep developing and developing it and developing it because you know that it will work and that results will come. But you don't have to see results immediately because you just have such a strong confidence that you are doing the right thing. And that has to do with being tuned in spiritually to reality really well. You know you're on the right course because you know how reality actually works spiritually.
And also, I want to make a good point. Pioneering in your own life means you are a leader in your own beliefs, in your own hope, in your own goals, in your own direction, in your own thought processes, in their own ways that you balance emotions with awareness of what you're experiencing. You are the leader. No one's in front of you. You're doing it. You're, and also when you're planting the seed, you plant the seed, you got to water, you got to give it time, you got to give it patience, you got to give it hope. and then it's going to sprout up. Same thing when you're developing your own spiritual programming in the positive senses of getting positive results, looking at the logic and the reality balance with your reality and making those goals and dreams come true. But you have to feel it, you have to believe it, and you never give up on it. You keep going.
Life is challenging, and you got to like challenges. You got to understand that when you challenge yourself, that's how new doors open. And hope has to do with opening new doors. So you don't say, oh, this life is too rough. Life is too hard. There's too many challenges. And you get that kind of woe is me attitude. The way the spiritual works, as you take on more, as you take on more challenges, you open more doors. When you exercise, you take on more challenges, you get more strength. And when you get more strength, more things are possible. You're able to do more things because you can lift more, you can take on more.
That's right. That's right. And I want to bring up a very touchy, subject going on with hope. All right. People are falling into despair and they get suicidal. Okay. And here's the thing. When they go to get help from the medical industry, they put them in an area and they give them pharmaceuticals. And in my opinion, numbing the causes of feeling despairing is not going to help the situation. So people do not go to there because they know they're going to be confined. Here's the thing. Anyone that is suicidal needs to accept hope and reach out for reassurance from other people. You have to accept the help by reaching out to someone you can talk to. The hotline, right? The suicidal hotline. Anything that you can express those emotions, because emotions are valid. You are right to feel those emotions, but you have to balance them with logic. You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel for yourself. You have to accept the feelings of hope that this keep on keeping on, and the light will get better. Pain, when we feel pain, there's always waves. It'll ease. When we're in crucial, tough pain, it will ease. When we breathe, we do the meditations, and we accept hope. We accept the reassurance that we have around us by, yes, you can do this. I believe in you. You got this. We all need it.
We're trying to put across a new spiritual, reality-based belief system, a better spiritual theories. Now, a lot of times people go to certain beliefs of the past, religions that are based on beliefs of the past, and these religions give them a feel good. They make them feel better. They like a drug, they like a medication, they make people feel better. And that's how they were able to overcome the negative suicidal energy. But that's only a temporary fix. The guru will do that too. The guru, you don't need hope with a guru because they'll put you in a bliss state where hope won't even matter.
Right. And then you have to always plug into that outside force. We're talking about plugging in. When you're disconnected spiritually and you need hope and you're feeling despair and you're feeling like you just need to get that you need to accept it. You need to feel it. Even if you're reaching out to people like us, good, pump up, be the cheerleader of you, but taking the awarenesses of the actions that's going to get you to the hope. Put in the logic that these things are going to get these results. And then we see the light. Aha, yes, we got to feel it. We got to accept it for ourselves.
Well, the reason I was bringing up about the drug-like effect of gurus and religious organizations is because the medical profession is doing the same thing.
Yes.
And the thing is, we cannot say that people can't go on medication temporarily because we live in a world that's so backwards that sometimes that's the only choice they're allowed because they have not adapted to our better beliefs, our better spiritual theories, which are more reality-based. in the techniques we use that help us to take on challenges and overcome things. If you don't have this kind of approach, that kind of approach that we're trying to put out, you're going to get into states where you get suicidal and we can't help you.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a chemical imbalance.
And then you'll have to get medications because if people are not willing to take the spiritual approach that works, then they're going to need medication to keep alive.
It's all of it. It's mind, body, and spirit. It wraps into everything. It's all the factors. So you have to accept, understand the balance. And if you don't need the medications, great, because that's the spiritual drive that we have inside us. But if you need the medications to balance it, but understand it's mind, body, and spirit, it's all of it. You have to accept it. You have to feel it, and you have to do the actions to practice it, because it's habitual. It takes habit. It takes actions. It takes persistence. It takes doing it over and over again, like an instrument or an athlete or anything else that takes success. And if success was easy, everyone would be doing it.
And the reason I don't take medications at all, and the reason I don't eat food that act like medications that you desire because of their flavor, I eat in order to be healthy. And that's just the way I'm a spiritual pioneer. I'm stoic and I don't fool around.
Right.
And the reason I do that is because the body creates all its own hormones and medications
Chemicals,
and drugs
liquids.
and chemicals within itself. And you need to mobilize what's within yourself and not be dependent on the outside agents so much. You don't have to go to the extreme I go.
Right.
I can go to extreme. So that's how I have the confidence that it works, because I can do it and I can do things other people cannot do because I'm willing to make the effort to do things that other people say, why would you want to do that? Why would you not want to have your chocolate ice cream and all that goodies? Why would you want to go to such a point? Why are you living if you're not enjoying food a lot? But you say, well, I'm eating healthy food. I enjoy it because I know it's going to make me able to train harder. So I enjoy it because I know it works. You say, well, that kind of cold, stoic attitude. Well, you can take your approach. I'll
Right.
take my approach. You see what works better. You see what makes a difference in the world and what makes this world a better place.
You raise your own bar. You know what I mean? You step up to your own level of where you're at. You know, I can't do the things that Tom does with the diet because of my growth and where I'm at. But I've come a long ways and I keep moving forward. And I persist on my own levels and my own ways. And I look and vicariously learn. We love that word, vicariously. We learn from our elders. We take in what we want from who is around us that are saying, yeah, okay, that works for me. Let me try it. Yeah, that works for me too. Let's do it. Move forward, pump it up, get that hope in there and feel it, you know, share, voice, because you never know who needs it. Everybody might be sitting in silence. That's another good point. In society, there's a lot of bullies that suppress people's voices. We need to back up by the voices and stand up for our actions and what we know is true. And then that way other people will be like, yeah, if you can voice, then I can voice. Tom's voicing, I'm voicing, you're voicing. We're all voicing now, and we're all making differences, and we're all changing because we hope that understanding that our voices and our experiences in our actions will thrive somebody else to accept hope into themselves and do the actions for them in the spiritual sense that we all need that support to be able to accept hope.
I am a very extreme case. That's why I'm a spiritual pioneer. I was born neurologically different. So I tend to have different techniques than other people on coping. And a lot of times the psychological community thinks that the coping skills of people who are neurologically different are negative things, that they are problem, they're bad behavior, that there's something they need to do something about. And I see things differently. I see when you're pacing up and down or you're doing certain movements, repetitive movements and things like that, that's meditative. It isn't a problem. It's meditative. It's just that the people in the field of psychology, like a lot of things that's science-based do not understand how important the spiritual is.
Spiritual matches what science needs to confirm, and science confirms and matches what spiritual is. They both work hand in hand, and they were taken and not made equally in the tools of the reality base. It's okay to be extremely emotional. It's okay when we can breathe and we can speak of who we are and we can be emotionally intense. Good. That energy needs to come out and be expressed by us as the compassionate people that we can relate to others in the like-minded sense that we're all trying to get to the purposes and the goals that are going to better our lives.
And science and technology has made a lot of advancements over the last couple of thousand years, over the last 500 years especially. But when you come to the spiritual area, everybody seems to be stuck on stuff from the past. They haven't been moving. They haven't been going anywhere. You wonder why science has been dominating so much and spiritual is starting to be put on the back burner. It's because the spiritual just isn't good enough. They're not moving. They're not working to improve. People are not feeling empowered spiritually because they have some tyrant type spiritual energy that they go to
Rather than
understanding that you are the one that's the master of your spiritual energy. That I see it as living in a spiritual energy field that we are maintaining, that we are the power. We are the ones that are making things happen because we are the frontline beings. It's not we don't live spiritually. It isn't supposed to be that a tyrant rules everything. Spiritually, we're supposed to live in a world in which everybody is empowered and able to get the most out of themselves spiritually. That they are the ones that make the difference spiritually. That it's in them.
That's right. And this is going on. I've seen a lot of spiritual teachers that are not spiritually guiding people to their own connections. No, when anything is in the spiritual, okay, if you go reach out for positive things or anything in the world, if it does not lead you to your own betterment of the connections of the universe in a reality-based understanding of like-minded individual strengths in you, by you, as you, it is false and it's wrong for you. Healthfully, you have to understand that connecting into your own powers in what works for you with the universe and feeling that gut intuition will always lead you into positive results. You need to trust your gut and watch.
And the thing is, we only can work together and achieve a lot spiritually if we get the most out of ourselves, and then we work together to get the most out of everybody, and we all work together as a community to make things happen. We have to work together. We can't have these bullies, on leading our society that don't have our best interests at heart, or we don't need dictators. The age of dictators in our politics or in the spiritual realm needs to end.
Yeah,
it may have been all right.
As a group.
It may have been all right back in the Roman Empire because of the times they were living in, but it's not right today because we got technology and things that have big consequences. So we have to become more empowered. We have to grow spiritually. We cannot be stuck, and we cannot think that we are just instinct inside of us. We have to understand that as we develop better spiritual theories, it reprograms us inside on a deep level, an instinctual level, and we can do things we couldn't do before because we're more in connected reality and we can function better spiritually as a result.
Yes, because some people's strengths are others' weaknesses, and other weaknesses are some people's strengths. We need the like-minded of everybody.
And then the reason that has to do with hope is if you can get all these amazing things out of what you have within you, you can develop them. You will definitely have hope. You can do things that you couldn't imagine were possible.
That's right. That's right. Hope, hope, hope. Subscribe, follow us, Find us on Facebook. We're here. We're here to support you. We're here to show you how to use the tools for yourself, practice them, get in the habitual habits of feeling the hope, balancing those awarenesses. Subscribe.
This is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I'm Tom Goodwin. This is Michelle Ronquillo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hope that you have a wonderful, jolly day.